Guys, I just found out that Thrillerathon is happening next week, I believe, the 15th through the 23rd, and I will post the link where you can learn all about this season, this year's Thrillerathon. I've never participated. I heard about it via Drinking by My Shelf here on YouTube. She is hilarious. Love her channel. But anyways, I am going to participate this year, and I'm going to do things a little different because I wanted to read more thrillers. I read a couple last year and really enjoyed them, but I am not typically a thriller person, and yet I was in love with the thrillers I read. So this is the perfect opportunity for me to add some thrillers to my collection. So what I'm gonna do, I have the different categories because this is the Thrillerathon Cluedo is what they're calling it. It's kind of like playing Clue. So there are 3 different sections. You have the whodunit, where was the murder, and then with what weapon. And basically those are the prompts that you'll use when you pick out your book, and your favorite out of the top 3 is the whodunit. Your favorite out of the place is where the murder was committed, and then your favorite out of the bottom 3 is with what. Now they do offer you an easy one where you can actually have one book count for 2 different categories rather than reading 9 books. Although it is 9 books, 9 days. Not sure I can make that happen with my writing goals that I had going on too, and homeschooling and all the things. But I may actually have my daughter participate, and then I can count that as school. Anyway, so the 3 whodunits are Dr. Peacock, which is to choose the oldest thriller on your TBR. So I wrote everything down because I'm gonna take this with me when I go shop for my books. Oldest thriller on your TBR. I do not have any thrillers on my bookshelf, so I'm gonna have to get creative with that one when I go to the bookstore. I'm gonna take you guys with me to the used bookstore and show you what I end up picking out and how I decide to pick out some of these things. Sergeant Mustard. The prompt for that is a thriller with the creepiest cover. Professor Scarlet is the shortest thriller on your TBR. I'm gonna pick just the shortest thriller at the used bookstore. Then you have the places. The library is a new author to you. The kitchen, a trope you love. The study, a recommended thriller. And then we move into the weapons. Candlestick, newest thriller on your TBR. The Dagger, an author you've read before. And finally, a hardback, which is the group book, which is Dark Matter. So I'm gonna take this list with me to my local used bookstore and see what I can find, because I am all about these little, not really accountability, but these fun opportunities to participate in sync with everyone else, reading at the same time, reading the same genre and talking about it, and it just sounds super fun. So come along with me and let's see what we can find. Confession. I totally forgot to film when I was at the used bookstore. So I'm sorry you guys aren't gonna get to see the inside of my favorite used bookstore. But this is what happens when I get super excited about books. I don't even remember to vlog. But I will say, I got 7 books from my local used bookstore. Shout out to Popper's Books. And yeah, I got 7, and get this, I did not have to technically pay a dime because I had store credit. I actually walked away with $1 left. This is the perks to being someone who simplifies and lives in a small cottage with only one bookshelf. You got to be choosy, and I only keep my favorites, and then I take all the other ones to the used bookstore and get credit. So I just picked up 7 out of the 9 from my local used bookstore. So exciting. So exciting. Okay, and then the other 2 I'm actually going to order on Amazon. So when those come in, I will tell you why I chose those and do a little unboxing. But I'm not gonna do my little haul until I get home because that would not be safe driving. Yeah, alrighty. I am finally coming to you guys with my TBR for Thrillerathon because I planned on doing this earlier but just never got around to it. So I've decided how I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna read the back, like the bio, just because it would take forever, and I've already kept you guys with my previous ramblings. So I'm just going to show you and tell you why I chose the ones I did. We are starting with the people, the whodunits. Dr. Peacock is the oldest thriller on your TBR. Okay, I did not have thrillers on my TBR. I keep my bookshelves pretty minimalistic. So what I did, I went to the bookstore and I gathered all the books that like caught my eye. And out of those, some of these prompts are being pulled. So out of those, before I made my final decisions, I chose the oldest based on copyright, which was In a Dark, Dark Wood by Ruth Ware. I know that Ruth Ware wrote The Woman in Cabin 10, and I've heard great things about her as an author, but I've actually never read her. So I'm excited to dive into this. The copyright was 2015, so that it was the oldest book that I had actually corralled at the used bookstore. And I bought this for $4.99. Okay, next is Sergeant Mustard, and it's the thriller with the creepiest cover. And I chose this one, Lying in Wait by Liz Nugent. Because I mean, seriously, look at that cover. Yeah. If that house was in my neighborhood, I would steer very clear of that house. And even the colors, it's just creepy. $1.99. Okay. Professor Scarlet, the shortest thriller on your TBR. Once again, I took the entire collection that I had gathered and looked at page counts, and this book comes in at a page count of 308, and that is The Couple Next Door by Sherry Lapina. Sounds creepy, also has a creepy cover. And this I picked up for $2.99. Okay, so these are my whodunit choices, and once again, how you play, you can do an easy route, which is one book can count as multiple. Which I may end up doing that, but my plan, there's 9 days, 9 novels. I'm planning on taking a break. I wasn't sure that I was going to do this, but I think I'm going to take a break from editing my book and read, because that counts as writing too, right? So these are my whodunit choices. And so the one that I like the most out of these becomes the whodunit. And then next we have the rooms, and that's this pile. I'm very excited specifically about one of these books. Okay, let's start with, where are we? The Library. The Library is a new author to you, and I chose Liz Unger, Crazy Love You. Never heard of her. So yeah, it sounds interesting. And this was $3.99 at Poppers. Okay, then that was the Library. Then we have The Kitchen, which is a trope that you love. And my trope that I'm obsessed with, and you guys may know that because I am completely in love with Becca C. Smith's Dream Diaries, and I cannot wait for the second Dream Diaries to come out. I love novels that have to do with dreams, and specifically dreams with warnings, or just dreams with things that come true, seeing into the future, that type of trope. I love that. And part of the reason is because when I was a little girl, I felt like a lot of my dreams came true, and some of them were really creepy. So I just have like this obsession with characters that have weird dreams of warning and foreseeable future things. So I chose The Secrets You Keep by Kate White, because in this, there are her dreams containing warnings, smoke-filled nightmares. Like, it's got the trope that I love in it. And this I picked up for $4.99. And this was the kitchen. Okay, and then the last place is the study. And the study is supposed to be a thriller that was recommended to you. Now, this thriller has not been specifically recommended to me, but I found this YouTuber in 2017 via NaNoWriMo. She was participating in NaNoWriMo, and I followed her journey. She vlogged this book, not all of it, but she vlogged her reading, like the prologue and her feelings about it. And there's just something about actually having a book that I feel like I was a part of watching come true. And so the one that I've chosen, recommended by her herself here on YouTube, bohobookworm. If you guys are not following her, she is a booktuber. She is participating in Thrillerathon. I will put her channel down below and her TBR, her Thrillerathon TBR. I chose her book, It Was You by JADE Lee Wright. And this is a gorgeous, gorgeous cover. So I'm very excited about that. This will be the book that I start with because I've been so excited to dive in. And I did order this on Amazon. I really would love to have a signed copy, but I know she's like moving around at the moment. One day I will have a signed copy of It Was You. And so this is going to be the study. And so these are my places that I'll be choosing from. All right, and then the last section is the weapon. And we have the Candlestick, which is the newest thriller. And that, once again, was out of the pile I chose. The newest thriller was copyrighted 2017, which actually, yeah, Jade's book was 2017 too. But hers came via Amazon. So two of these books came from Amazon, so I did not use them in these prompts. So, and I'll tell you the other one that came. Where am I? Candlestick, newest thriller, was Copycat, 2017. I picked this up for $2.99 by Alex Lake. This will probably be the second book that I pull out after Jade's book, because this sounds super creepy, like identity, your identity being stolen, someone creating a Facebook profile that has photos that you, like, same day photos, your house, your friends, super creepy. So yeah, this one will be my number 2. And that was The Candlestick. The next one, a book by an author you've read before. So I chose Second Life by S.J. Watson. Oh, and I picked this up for $2.99. S.J. Watson, $3.99. I read, and it was actually in one of my favorites videos a couple of years ago, Before I Go to Sleep by S.J. Watson, and I adored that book. I adored it. So I'm excited to read another one of S.J. Watson's books because I've only read the one. And then finally, the other one I ordered on Amazon because I could not find it at the used bookstore is The Weapon is the hardback, and it is our group book, Dark Matter by Blake Crouch. So these are the weapons, and there you have it. My 9 books in 9 days. Let the adventure begin. Let me know if you guys are participating. I'd love to know what your choices are. And I'm hoping to vlog some of the adventure, but we'll see how everything goes. Until next time, you know what to do. Enjoy your wild, sexy life.